Hey YouTube, Steve here from Vegas Westside Shooters, and we are doing a video on our new revolver, the Smith and Wesson Governor. We picked this up a couple days ago at Northwest Arms in Las Vegas here. We had some trouble. We were looking for either a Taurus Judge or a Smith and Wesson Governor for about the last month and a half, and they're pretty hard to come by here in Las Vegas. I found a Judge at the gun show, but it was way overpriced, so we didn't go for it. And then we stumbled into Northwest Arms looking for some reloading powder, and lo and behold, they had a couple of Governors and a couple of Judges there. So we put them side by side, and we decided to go with the Governor. And I'm going to open it up and unbox it and show you the gun, and then I'll tell you why we decided to go with the Governor over the Judge. So the only complaint I have right off the box, or excuse me, right off the bat, is the box. This is a crappy cardboard box that should house a pizza, not a revolver. And I can't believe that on a more than $800 gun that Smith and Wesson cheaped out and put this in this crappy cardboard box. I think that's a mistake. I think this should come in a lockable plastic box like every other reputable firearm, and this is definitely a mark against. That being said, when you open it up, you have the revolver. Here's the Smith and Wesson Governor. Here's their mark here. By the way, I'll just make everybody comfortable. It's unloaded. So they have their roll mark here, the Smith and Wesson Governor, and then on the other side the calibers. It's a nice feeling firearm. I like the rubber grip. We'll see how that goes recoil-wise when we're shooting it, but for right now it's got a nice feel. I like the Judge's grip too, and it has some sort of a orange band on the back that's supposed to be recoil absorbing, but this is a pretty good rubber over molded grip, so I think this should be good. This is double action and or single action, so it does have a pretty stiff spring, so a pretty stiff pullback on the hammer. And then the single action trigger is very light and crisp. The double action trigger is a pretty good pull. And I'm going to pull out my trigger gauge here. And let's see, let's start with the single action here. Okay, let's see if we can see this here. So 411. Try that again. 412. So 4 pounds, 11 or 12 ounces. Now we'll do the double action. I don't think this will cover it because this has, I believe, a maximum of 12 pounds. But let's see here. Oh yeah, it goes over. You don't even move the hammer here. So there's no doubt in my mind that this has got to be a minimum of a 14-pound trigger pull on the double action. So single action about 4 pounds, 12 ounces. Double action 13, 14 pounds, easy. So why did I purchase this over the Taurus Judge? I can sum it up pretty quickly. The Taurus Judge, the things that the Judge had going for it were, number one, the cylinder is a bit longer, so it can accept 3-inch 410 shot shells. The Governor can only take 2.5-inch shot shells. So the advantage there goes to the Taurus. The other advantage the Taurus has is in the price. The Taurus is around $500 to $550 depending on where you get it. The Governor is over $800. So there's a pretty big price discrepancy. And then the Taurus Judge has a very nice fiber optic front sight, which is very good for daylight shooting. So that goes to the Judge. To the Governor, the Governor has a very nice blade with a night sight in the front. So it's got the groove on the top strap there, and then it has the front sight, which is a night sight. So for nighttime shooting, that goes to the Governor. The other huge thing that goes to the Governor in my mind is that there are 6 chambers in this cylinder, and the Taurus Judge only has 5. So you get 6 shots off on the Governor versus 5 in the Taurus Judge. The other thing is when you look at the calibers here, you can see 45 Colt, 45 ACP, and 410 shot shell. So 2.5 inches. So on the Smith and Wesson, you have the option to load 45 auto into moon clips, and it actually comes with a couple of moon clips here. Here they are. So there's 2 moon clips that come for 45 auto, and these are cheap. You can order them extras if you like. So those are the differences, and the reason we ended up going with the Governor was obviously not the price, but I like the six chambers instead of 5 in the cylinder, and I like the fact that you can use inexpensive 45 auto for practice, and you cannot do that in the Judge. If you want to shoot the Judge, you're shooting 45 Long Colt, or you're shooting 410 shot shell. 45 Long Colt, I think for 50 rounds of arms core here, I think I spent about $35 or $36 for 50 rounds, and for 45 auto, I get it as cheap as $17 for 50 rounds of ball ammo. So it's roughly half the price of 45 Long Colt, and if you're just out at the range practicing, I'd rather practice on the cheap if possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this cleaned up, and we're going to take this out to the range for some target practice. We're going to be shooting some 45 auto. We're going to be shooting the Arms Corps 45 Long Colt, and we're also going to be shooting some Federal 410 buckshot in the 2.5 inch shells, and also some Fiocchi birdshot. These are dove loads. It's a 1/2 ounce, 1200 foot per second velocity of number 8 shot in 2.5 inch shells, 410 shot shells. So we're going to take those things out to the range and give this thing a workout, and hopefully you'll stick with us. First, Luke is going to shoot the Governor with the 45 ACP with the moon clips from 15 yards at steel. Range is hot. I like how those moon clips drop out.
You ever use those?
First time.
What's that?
Yeah, there you go. You got it. Single action mode. There you go. All right. How's the recoil on that?
It's not that bad.
All right, so just for comparison's sake, here's the 45 Long Colt compared to the 45 ACP. You can see how much bigger that round is. And we're going to shoot 6 rounds of 45 Long Colt at the steel. Range is hot. Woo! That's got a little bit of recoil to it.
Same gun though.
All right, here's Luke shooting the Governor with 45 Long Colt at the steel from 15 yards. Range is apparently hot. It's that steel thing. There you go. That thing. Nice. Woo! All right, how's that compared to the 45 ACP?
No comparison. A lot bigger.
Lot more recoil?
Yeah.
On this?
Okay, here's Bill. He's shooting the 410. This is a dove load bird shot out of the Smith and Wesson Governor from 7 yards. Okay, range is hot. Wow.
Oh my god, I can't even pull it. It won't turn.
Well, we might have a malfunction, so hold on a sec. Let's check it out. Okay, can you bring it on over? Let's take a look. I got it. Okay, round two. We had a stuck shell in the cylinder. We're going to try it again with the 410 dove load bird shot out of the Governor. Range is hot.
Didn't fire.
Well, recock it again and rotate the cylinder.
Stuck again.
Stuck again. Okay, let's check it out. All right, we had a little problem with the bird shot, and I don't know whether it was with the Governor or the bird shot, so now we're going to try some federal triple-aught buck. So let's see how that goes and see if it's the load or if it's the gun. All right, range is hot. 7 yards, triple-aught buck. Wow. Wow. Woo! All right, well, I think the Governor performed pretty well on that one. And Bill, you think you can zoom in on that target and show that the head of that zombie deer? You get a look at that zombie deer.
There we go.
All right, so I would say that's one dead zombie antelope. All right, so we're back at the garage, and I'm happy to report that the Governor performed very well. It was a little touch and go, and I thought there was an issue with the firearm, but it turns out it was actually really a problem with the Fiocchi birdshot dove load. That did not work well with this Governor. And, you know, sometimes it's the ammo, sometimes it's the firearm, sometimes it's the combination of the ammo and the firearm. But after that, we shot the triple-aught buck federal, and we had zero problem with that. We were able to extract it easily. It fired just fine. We had no malfunctions. After that, we fired another at least 18 rounds of 45 auto and another 6 rounds of 45 Long Colt, and the gun performed flawlessly. So I'm going to have to say right now, this gun exactly serves its purpose for close-in work with triple-aught buck, or for a little bit longer out with 45 Long Colt or 45 auto. This packs a very potent punch, and I have no doubt that if I was walking around with this thing and I needed to deploy it, that it would do its job. We are going to look around and see if we can find some different bird shot that will work better with this, because one of the primary reasons we got this gun was when we go on long walks out in Red Rock Canyon with the dogs. Occasionally there are snakes, especially in the summer. You're not going to see them here in the winter, but in the summer they come out, and it's nice to have some bird shot, maybe 1 or 2 rounds of 40, you know, either using the small 2-round moon clip. It came with 6-round moon clips and 2-round moon clips, and you could put a 2-round moon clip in there with 45 auto and the rest of it with bird shot, or you could put a couple of bird shot and a couple of buck shot in case you run across a stray dog or a mountain lion or something. Anyways, this is going to be our primary gun for going out on hikes, and I think it's going to serve us very well. So we're happy with our purchase. Now I'm going to clean it up and put it back in the safe. And as always, Steve and Luke from Vegas Westside Shooters, and thanks a lot for watching.